Let me suggest only one suggestion every other week. This week you tell me something you'd like to see me change. Next week I'll tell you something I'd like to see you change. That's 26 a year. That ought to be enough. But look at it this way. If you could get 26 things changed this year, would it be a good year for you? Today I want to talk about how to share the things that bug you. Let's be honest. All of us are irritated by certain things about our spouse, okay? Things you didn't know before you got married, never dreamed about before you got married, but they just irritate you to death. You know, in the past, I've talked about how I was irritated by the way my wife loads a dishwasher. You know, I load it in an organized manner. She loads it like she's playing Frisbee, okay? And that irritated me to death. Now, what I want to talk about is, how do you bring up these things that irritate you, but bring them up in a positive way so that they're more likely to change those things? Because if you simply shoot them with criticism, it's not going to help. Let me give you some positive ideas. Number one, choose your setting. And by setting, I mean three things. Choose your time. You share it after a meal, not before a meal. When we're hungry, we're irritable. That's not the time to bring it up. Wait till they've after the meal if you're going to bring up something you'd like to see changed in them. Secondly, you choose the place, and the place should be in private, never in front of other people. You bring it up in front of other people, it's a put down. You bring it up in private when just the two of you are there. In public, you brag on your spouse. In private, you bring up the things that irritate you. The third part of the setting is the feelings of your spouse. Do they feel like they could take a suggestion tonight? Some nights we can't. Some nights everything we've touched all day long has gone wrong. Everybody and his brother has been on our back, and we come home and now you bring up something you want me to change and I explode. Why did I explode? Because your suggestion was the straw that broke the camel's back. Ask them if this will be a good night to share something with you that I would like for you to change. If they say no, I can guarantee you they'll be back in less than an hour because they're dying to know what it is. But you just say, no, honey, it can wait till tomorrow or even next week. Just whenever you're feeling like it, you let me know. Well, I think I'm feeling like it now. Yeah. But you help them get ready. Don't ever hit them broadside. Get them ready to receive your suggestion. Second suggestion I want to make is this. Don't give an overdose. Now, by nature, that's exactly what we do. We hold all this stuff inside that bugs us. And then one night when the pressure gets so strong, we throw out something we'd like to see them change. And once we get started, we pour it on. We say, oh, and by the way, and one more thing, and you give them 5 things you'd like to see them change, and you give them all on the same night. And what happens? You kill their motivation to change. They're not going to change a thing. They're probably going to shoot you a few. You're not so swift yourself, and they shoot you. You shot them 5 times, they shot you 3 times, you went away wounded, you resented each other, and you're not going to change a thing. Let me suggest only one suggestion every other week. This week you tell me something you'd like to see me change. Next week I'll tell you something I'd like to see you change. That's 26 a year. That ought to be enough. But look at it this way. If you could get 26 things changed this year, would it be a good year for you? Third suggestion I want to make is this. Before you give them a suggestion for change, give them 3 compliments. Tell them 3 things you like about them, exactly like God did to the church at Ephesus. 3 things He liked about them. Then He said, there's one thing I'd like to see you change. Tell them 3 things you like, then tell them what you'd like to see changed. If my wife wants to ask me if I would please get the hairs out of the sink, she says, honey, first of all, let me tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you got the bugs off my windshield last night. I love it when you get the bugs off my windshield. And I want to thank you for vacuuming the floor on Thursday night. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you hang your clothes up. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready, babe? Those hairs in the sink just bug me to death. Now, I can work on hairs in the sink, and I probably will. Why? She likes me. Tell them 3 things you like, then tell them the thing you'd like to see changed. I believe you're likely to see far more change if you learn how to make your suggestions in a positive way rather than a condemning way.